Holy smoke, she actually came on the show. How are you guys all doing? Welcome to the channel. I am Ty Smith. I appreciate you guys taking time out of your day to view my content. Make sure that if you're following me, that you're also following me on all the platforms you see above and below. Hitting that like button right there is how my content can consistently be recommended to you. And ladies and gentlemen, when you subscribe, and if you have already done it, make sure that that bell notification is clicked on. That way you will be notified when I post a video. To my people that have been with me for a while, double check and make sure that you still are subscribed, because there's a good chance YouTube may have unsubscribed you from the channel. So ladies and gentlemen, I did a video a while ago, like 3 days ago, exposing a FEMA individual who put out messages for people to avoid individuals that had Trump signs in their yard. This woman had the galls to come on to the Fox News and get questioned about this. And let me tell you something right now. If you do not like me pausing and talking, I recommend you go to YouTube, type in this whole interview and go watch it in its entirety, because guess what? I am going to be pausing. Some of you who don't have that good of an attention span, you still will show up in the comment section. Hey, dude, you talk too much. You're pausing too much. I warned you. If you come into the comment section complaining, that is going to say more about you and your listening skills than anything else. Anyway, let's get ready to get on to this video, guys, because let's get ready to dissect this, okay? Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button again. Here we go. Let's get into it.
Deanne Criswell. She said this, and she's talking about you. She said, quoting here, recently, a FEMA employee departed from these values to advise her survivor assistance team to not go to homes with yard signs supporting President-elect Trump. This was reprehensible. I want to be clear to all of my employees and the American people, this type of behavior and action will not be tolerated at FEMA. You say this is not your policy. You're not political. You don't care about the right or the left. You are simply doing your job and following your orders. So you're telling me these orders came from somebody above?
Woo! I would have thought that perhaps somebody would have gotten with her. Ty, why did you pause it? Because I told you that I was going to do it, so shut up. Right, check this out. I'm not for the left or the right. I was just following orders. I bet you Jews, when y'all heard that, y'all probably, oh. I'm not saying it to be funny, but seriously. I'm just taking orders. Although it's going to be completely inhumane, it's going to be inhumane. It could possibly cause people's lives to be lost. It can cause people to not get the proper medication and help that they need. But I was just simply following orders to help a human being in dire need. I don't care what order you tell me. I am going to help my fellow American brothers and sisters, and especially now it's even worse to know that she is not for either side and yet can make a conscious decision to say, I'm not doing this. You lost your job anyway. Now just think about this. Had she had not listened to them and just went with her own humanity that she may have inside of her and say, no, I'm going to go by these people's houses regardless. I'm going to go there. I'm going to help. I'm going to do this regardless. If she would have lost her job, at least she could have had all that information that this is what her higher uppers were telling her to do. But let's get ready to get more into it, because I might be jumping the gun. Let's go.
Correct. When I first reported to Florida, I was already on another team. I was there as a specialist. This was the culture. They were already avoiding these homes based on community trends from hostile political encounters. It has nothing to do with the campaign sign. It just so happened to be part of the community trend. When you focus in on the campaign sign, you are violating the Hatch Act. So that is something that FEMA definitely wants to stay away from, because it was created in 1939, and that was to protect citizens from being alienated based on their political stance.
So just so we're clear, you're saying that basically FEMA was doing this out of safety. They were doing that safe because they had some adversarial conflicts with some people with Trump signs in their front yards. So they banned every Trump sign. They said, don't go to any homes with Trump signs. And if that's the case, why would they come down so hard on you? Why are you the scapegoat? Why are you the one they're saying was, quote, reprehensible for?
Time out. I got to pause that. What? 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 Wait a minute. So you're telling me hurricane hits, disaster, power gone, water stuff might be messed up. The people who were Trump supporters were being hostile to FEMA. I don't know. I'm not buying that, y'all. I'm not buying that. You want to know why? Because a lot of people, especially us, and when I say us, I'm talking about those that are conservative. We are all about law and order. We are all about help coming in. We were criticizing FEMA for not coming in fast enough. And you're telling me that by our criticism and saying FEMA sucks, they're not coming in fast enough, they're not doing their job, when they show up, we're going to meet you with hostility. No, we're going to be like, hey, yes, come on. I got a hard time believing that. And at the same time, why do I got this feeling of it might be some victimhood coming in? Yeah, see, this is what happens with black people too. We've been like this the whole time. People just pass us on by. We just sit here and we, they end up having a stereotype about us too. And that's why they don't come and help in the black. I got a feeling something like that's going to happen. I might be jumping the gun, but we'll see. We'll see.
Any homes with Trump signs. And if that's the case, why would they come down so hard on you? Why are you the scapegoat? Why are you the one they're saying was, quote, reprehensible for actually putting this in place when you did not put this in place?
What's reprehensible is they're not being transparent. Why is this coming down on me? I am the person that jotted down the notes from my superiors, and my notation in Teams chat was exposed from their surge capacity team. That's exactly what happened, and it's easy to then say, well, haha, it's her name, it's her writing.
Right.
Make her accountable for it. But I'm just simply executing, again, what was coming down from my superiors.
Right. Who are they? See, who are they? Tell us who they are. This is what makes it hard to believe. I'm not gonna lie. I don't believe her, y'all. I'm sorry. I don't. Now, I'm not sorry. That's just me. I don't believe this. I think this is a way that you're going to play victim against like this, all coming down on you and you not the one. I don't know. I can't see. I don't get it. Now, if there are other people who can come and testify on behalf of her and say witnesses like, yeah, we got these two. Yes, they did do it. Why can't you name these people? If you was to say to me, Ty, who asked you to carry this out with my higher uppers? I'm going to tell you their names. If I just lost my job, I'm going before multi-millions of people in America right now, multi-millions of YouTube channels, whatever, that might be talking about this. I'm saying their names. I don't get it when people do things like that. Yo, folks, we know who they are, but we're just, what? Tell us who it is. Otherwise, it makes it like,
And I'm wondering, because it says things like when on this list that says avoid the Trump houses, drink water, take rest breaks. So there's a list of things. You didn't come up with those either, right?
No.
So you didn't come up with any of this list. Is
Correct.
that a fair assessment?
Yes, sir.
And I'm wondering, how do you prove that, Marnie? You're trying to save your reputation. How do you prove that this order came from above?
Well, the last time that question was posed, I verbally called on all DSA crew leads and specialists that are still active with FEMA and former to come forward and discuss our avoidance policies, our de-escalation policies. Because to be honest with you, we don't just I know the highlight here is the Trump campaign signage, but if someone is in another, like an urban community.
Here we go.
And
what I tell y'all, I just had this feeling, some shape, form, or fashion is going to be tied to race. And that is kind of my, you shouldn't have did that, because I was already starting to have some doubt. I already got doubt about it anyway. But ladies and gentlemen, usually when you get any type of orders or you get any sort of email, whoever is CC'd in on these emails, whoever it came from, is timestamped, when it got sent out, who it got sent out to, all the people that are CC'd in on his email or anything like that, or if there was a text, screenshot it, whatever. This is just, but man, I had a feeling we was going to go there with the whole black thing. I'm not saying that's what she's about to do, but I think this is what she's about to do.
Campaign signage, but if someone is in another, like an urban community, and it's a different culture and someone feels uncomfortable, we can't go to that home.
So if they black, I had a feeling. She's slick. Culture. Y'all, come on now. Culture. Urban culture. Can we look, y'all see Trump won. No, but I've never been on this whole political correctness bull crap anyway. But let's not act like we don't know what she's talking about. going into certain urban neighborhoods of a particular culture, she's not talking about white people. She's not talking about brown people. She's talking about Negroes. Let's keep it real. Keep it real.
You have loose dogs and someone on the
Yes. Yes. Loose dogs. What, pit bulls? Urban areas of a certain culture, loose dogs. Oh, man.
the team is comfortable with dogs and another person is not. We can't go to that home because of safety precautions.
So you feared the Trump houses. The people on FEMA were fearing the Trump houses like they were fearing people with vicious dogs in their backyard.
And black people.
Exactly, and that's based on the trends. You can ask FEMA for incident reports. They have those because they ask us to report out if there's an incident at home. And unfortunately,
So, sorry to cut it off again. No, I'm not. But if there are these incidents that they are talking about, if these are incidents, do we have a record of these incidents? And if so, you show up, somebody was being hostile towards you, and the number one thing you want to point out and make it clear, let's listen to this. Listen to me now. So what you're saying is that when FEMA have you guys fill out an incident report, trust me, being a director, we have incident reports that have to be filled out all the time. The last thing that we care about is the race. The last thing we care about is if they have a Trump sign or something like that in their room or in a hospital bed or in their residency stay. That's the last thing we think about. But for them to say that FEMA told them to completely ignore people with Trump signs, why would it be important to state what a person's political affiliation is in an incident report? Why would that be? Why? Because now you just completely stereotyped all of them, just like you did with the urban culture folks with loose dogs. Come on now. So by doing so, you just ignore all of them. So what you're telling us right now, sis, is that FEMA told you guys to deliberately avoid black people. And you being a black woman. And you said, because I'm only taking the orders, I'm going to completely look past my own brothers and sisters. I'm not buying this, y'all. I think this might be her way just trying to get out of this because she caught so much hell.
fortunately, again, the passionate supporters for Trump, some of them were a little bit violent.
But all of them were painted with the same broad brush. All of them as being, we're not going to go near these because we think they're all bad people.
No, because some were registered. Some did receive case inquiries and updates.
Yeah.
Some of them came outside and said, "Hi, I appreciate what you're doing. I would like to participate." And then some were very vocal and firm that they didn't want anything to do with FEMA, and they thought that we were crooks.
And lastly, we've got to go. We're running out of time here. Did this also happen in other places? This was Florida, but did it happen in North Carolina? Did it happen in other places?
Georgia as well. Just ask the crew leads and the specialists.
Who are they?
They will discuss their avoidance and their de-escalation methods in the field. And
Okay.
I think Ms. Criswell would be happy to know what's going on, truly.
Marnie, thank you for coming on. We appreciate it.
Y'all, name some people off for us, ma'am. Please name some of these people off for us who it is that you're talking about, because otherwise I just feel like you're just trying to cover your butt on this one right here. I'm not believing this. I'm sorry. No, when I say I'm sorry, I'm really not sorry. I'm just giving a figure of speech, filling in some words. But I can't buy this, man. No way. Give us the names of your higher-uppers. Give us the names of these other field workers that you work with. Shouldn't you know their names? I mean, you don't remember one name that was in on the group text or the CC'd in on the email, however it is that they communicated this to you? Come on now. And then again, man, the worst thing a lot of people do to just makes you just, oh God, is that you had to throw in a slick, articulate way, almost as if you're trying to insinuate that FEMA is racist because they didn't want to go into a certain demographic of folks of a certain culture in a certain neighborhoods with loose dogs. Boy, what a way to kind of sum it all up, man. Anyway, guys, my take on this is, I told you, I don't believe it. She can be telling the truth, but I think she's only telling the truth because she got caught. That's what I'm getting at. You guys let me know what you think by putting it in the comment section after this video. And don't forget, do what you see in that cloud right there, ladies and gentlemen. The next video that I will be doing in chronological order is going to be up here. Things that I do as a variety on this channel will be here. I am Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man, hoping and praying that every last one of you guys have food, shelter, and clothing. And most of all, I pray every last one of you guys are in great health mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.